This is unnerving. Ghosts, creatures, monsters, aliens, Mother Nature, and humans. We all have a story about one of these things that are unnerving. Some might give you goosebumps, while others will leave you with a knot in your stomach. The stories I tell are real experiences from people across the globe, and some are listener stories. If you would like to share your story with me, send it to unnerving13@gmail.com. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. I travel a lot for work and used to prefer staying in Airbnbs, as hotels always felt cold and impersonal. One pro of hotels is that they have security. One of my travels took me to Madison, Wisconsin. I booked into a lovely Airbnb that bordered a wooded area. I think it was a park but looked like a forest through the back windows. It was remote and quiet, which is exactly what I wanted. It made it easier for me to do my work at night after presenting the entire day. It was a self check in, so I picked up the key at the nearby gas station, then went to the house. I unpacked, made myself some coffee, and went to sit on the back porch. It was a lovely spring afternoon, and I could relax before my first presentation the following morning. As I was sitting outside, I heard some rustling. I peered into the bushes and was pleasantly surprised to see a deer emerge. It looked at me with inquisitive eyes, then slowly walked back into the bushes. I got up and went inside and took a nice long bath. As I was lying in the bath, I could hear rustling outside. I wasn't fazed as I knew it was just some wild animals, but I was so wrong. What lurked outside was much more horrifying than I could have imagined. I climbed out when the water got cold, got dressed, and walked into the room. I was surprised to see that the windows were wide open. I couldn't remember whether the windows were open or not. I shrugged it off, closed the windows, and got into bed. As I was lying there, I had this uneasy feeling that I was being watched. I got up again and drew the curtains, then got back into bed, but the feeling persisted. I wrote it off to being tired, turned off the light, and fell asleep. The next morning, when I woke up, the curtains and windows were wide open. A chill ran up my spine. I was definitely being watched. I could feel eyes on me, and I turned around in a panic. I noticed the cupboard door was slightly ajar, and I saw a shadowy figure crouched inside. My breath caught in my throat, and I was so terrified that I couldn't scream. I kept my eyes on the cupboard as I slowly started backing towards the door. When I reached the door, I bolted. I ran to the nearest house and asked them to call the cops. When they arrived, they went back to the house with me. The cop in front of me muttered something to his partner as we entered the room.
Oh my god, it's him.
At first I thought they had spotted the person inside the cupboard, but they didn't start barking commands or anything. Instead, the cop turned to me and said the most chilling thing.
You are one lucky lady. Best to pack your things and go home. You don't want to push your luck.
I looked past him to try and figure out what he was talking about. That's when I saw it. Polaroids spread out on the bed. Polaroids of me sitting outside, of me in the bath, and of me sleeping. That's all for today. May the sun warm your face and the moon light your way. Share your thoughts in the comments and let's get a conversation started.